Oh, wasn't that kind of fun?
Yeah, Smegs went shooting with a buddy, right?
Yep.
That's always nice.
Yeah, and I came back with a bunch of unshot ammo, so
How's that?
that's kind of good. I packed up like a whole bunch of stuff and then had some left over.
Mm.
How many empty 30-06 cases did you come back with?
Um, about 20. I didn't shoot that one as much.
Most people don't.
Mm, I just basically wanted to make sure I was still pretty much on target, and yeah, it still hits where it's supposed to when I, pull the trigger right.
I have got to get off my ass and take mine out to the range. I replaced the scope mount on it with it had a 2-piece scope mount. I put a 1-piece on it. I need to re-sight it in because it's about 4 millimeters taller than it was.
Yeah, that shouldn't affect anything. I'm sure you'll be fine. It's probably still zeroed.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I know. But
I couldn't get the scope back far enough to get decent eye relief with it. That's why I went to a 1-piece.
I don't know where all these fucking mosquitoes came from, but this is kind of a pain in the ass.
All right, guys, I got to blow. Take it easy. Have a good one.
all right, take it easy, man.
Hey, Raphael.
Hi, I'm asking the same thing. I got some big ants here. I don't know where they came from.
They, they came from up north because, man, we didn't have any bugs up there this weekend. It was awesome.
No, I don't understand. Since I moved here, there weren't any mosquitoes all summer long. Now it's the end of summer. Suddenly there are mosquitoes. That doesn't make any sense. They're supposed to, like, not exist in the winter. You know what it is? I think it's because there's not a lot of wind today, so they can fly around. Because usually the wind here is so strong, I don't think a mosquito can actually, like, be airborne.
Yep, that'll happen.
They're, they're eating, and I can't look for the mosquito repellent because that will wake up my daughter, and then my wife will murder me. I don't want to die. Just working on a graphic for 4,000 members in my group.
4,000 numbers?
4,000 members.
Is that a shooting group or?
It's a gun rights group.
Yeah, but really, what have you done to help gun rights? I mean, really, you should probably just
Nothing.
quit.
I should. I really should. Oh no, I can't do that. God damn it.
What do you use? Illustrator? Some kind of Photoshop?
Photoshop. But I haven't done anything serious with it for such a long time that I'm really struggling to remember how to do stuff. And also, um, I'm trying to do like really sweet stuff, but sometimes the more complicated you make it, the less good it looks actually. So, let's see. Show you what I got so far. And you guys can tell me it sucks and I'll make a new one. So, this we need to save. Save as JPEG. JPEG. Where's my JPEG? God damn it, I can't even find where the JPEG is. Yes, I want to change. Why would I? Yeah.
Yes, we did a lot of shooting this weekend. It was fun.
Neat. You're missed, man.
What'd you shoot other than the 30-06, which you apparently didn't shoot a lot of?
Yeah, I didn't shoot a lot of it. I shot my AR, I shot my AK, I shot my pistol, I shot my buddy's pistol, I shot his revolver, I
No,
shot his 22s,
they're making almost a perfect copy of your pistol in Russia now.
I shot his 30-30, I shot
sure
this
you-
cat. Oh wait, no, I didn't do that.
No!
I didn't believe that for like.
I heard a
years.
meow.
He's being annoying.
Yeah, check it out. Alright. God, I suck so bad.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I really did.
I made it to the barber shop.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we noticed.
Look at that, Smegs.
Yay. Oh wow, yeah.
Yep.
That is
Rusk-
definitely a
Ru-
CZ.
Rusky CZ. It's a SPO1 ski.
Hmm.
Yeah, apparently they don't want to import them anymore for their practice because it's like super duper.
Well, an SPO1 ski would be Polish, wouldn't it? That'd be a SPO1 Vich would be Russian.
Right, yeah.
Or Ova at the end.
Yeah, but it's not a girl though.
Oh, Russian chicks are so hot.
Yeah, they're crazy though. But
Something will.
All chicks are crazy. That's
yeah,
just the way it works.
they're super crazy.
I, for one, welcome our female overlords.
Uh,
We might have a female president. Just saying.
yeah, I'm not going to describe her as a female. And that's the file I'm working on now for like the 4,000 members graphic for my group.
I gotta send you an image here that you made me remember.
I think I need to blend the two back layers and then take down the like make them less. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do this. I really wish there was someone who actually knows how to do this better than me that could do it for me.
Ask G.
Huh?
Webs.
Oh no, I want it to be someone from the group. I don't want to like impose on G-Webs. And anyway, you need to do the writing in Hebrew and stuff. I doubt that he can. Like that'd be a giant ass in the pit. Wow, I'm tired. Giant pain in the ass for him.
I posted a picture of the magazine cover.
So I don't know. I think the knife guy and the site image should be even less visible. Well, I guess I'll need to merge those two layers, because otherwise, when I try to make the pistol sight less solid, the guy shows up through it, which is not good. I don't want that.
I used to know some of those letters. I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's hard to, if you don't practice a language and it has a different alphabet.
I see a Dalit. I remember that because it looks like somebody fishing off a pier. I think
There's
that's-
actually not even a single dollar there. There's a Zine, which is almost like a dollar. But,
Which is the one that goes like that and that?
like what?
Dalit. Or is that bait?
Wait.
I'm terrible at it. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Aleph. I know Aleph.
yeah. There's an Aleph there. One.
I tried to learn one.
No, it's quite difficult if you're not.
I made flashcards. And I would go through them.
Now, the only language I tried to learn that isn't Roman alphabet was, or Latin alphabet was Arabic, and that was so hard. I can't do it. But all the letters look the same to me.
Yeah, that looks tough. It's all squiggly.
Yeah, it's not the squiggly part, it's that all their letters actually really, like, they have several groups of letters that are actually very similar except for the dots. So, that's even before we get into the whole part where it is actually always cursive.
Mhm.
So, and I can't read English cursive, so
And in Hebrew, you also have dots. To
yeah,
get-
but we don't
Oh.
use them though. Most native speakers don't use them.
because you already know what the word is, right?
Yeah, I never used them because I learned to read and write before I went to school. So when I went to school, they tried to teach me like all that stuff. It was useless to me. Once you have the vocabulary, you don't need it. You know what word you're reading.
I found my dictionary.
No, yeah. Oh, that's an old dictionary.
Then
Oh,
you
you
do
know.
the pocket English Hebrew dictionary.
You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to get the rust off the. I wonder if I can find my.
I try to learn it by myself.
I need some sandpaper.
Should have taken lessons.
It's one of those things where you need to. Language is one of those things that if you don't practice it, it becomes useless very, very quickly. I'm sure I had sandpaper somewhere.
Also, I signed up for a class in German once, but they canceled. Apparently, there's no one else that was interested.
German's not that hard. German's pretty similar to English.
Yeah, that was what I was hoping.
I mean, usually, but Americans have this strange thing where they don't realize, like they don't see the similarity, even though it's clearly there. Like when you try to teach Americans words in like Spanish, and it's the exact same word, and it's like super complicated for them. I'm talking about native English speakers. Like there are a bunch of words in Spanish that are basically the same word, it's just pronounced slightly differently. And they're like, oh, it's so difficult. No, it's not. It's the same word.
That's what I tell my dad, and he's been here more than like 50 years, and he hasn't learned a thing.
Like, I remember like just giggling at the other kids at school when I went to school in South Carolina and we learned Spanish and they were like trying to remember the words. I'm like, it's the same word. Like telephone, telefono. Wow. How hard is that to remember? Or all sorts of things. It's really silly, especially when you read it. I mean, I can understand not when you hear it, not understanding that it's the same word, but when you read it, okay, so
Yeah.
instead of ph, you have an f. That's really not. And Italian is the same. Italian is like the easiest language in the world to read. You can understand everything if
My
you know the
dad,
context.
my dad has a problem though. He's partly deaf, so that
Yeah, all right.
yesterday we went to Sam's Club, and the lady told him how much she wanted, like $127. She said it all in perfect Spanish. He didn't understand. And I told him, he said it in Spanish. He finally got it. He was reading the little monitor.
Hang on, I'll be back in a second.
Here. Does anybody know Percy Dove tonsils? No one? I need a cassette player for my car. These are James Bond themes. I miss listening to them, especially the Dr. No theme, which is the James Bond theme. Makes driving a whole lot more exciting. A lot of weight.
I'm gonna try and get the rest of this one because it's sharpened. Let me show you my new my new toy. It's a shovel for gardening. For
Oh.
gardening, for gardening terrorists.
Ooh.
You hear the sound that she makes? It's really, really a horrible, destructive device. It's basically an axe shaped like a shovel.
Gotta sharpen up that blade.
It is sharp. It is sharp. The problem is because it's sharp, there's no finish on it. So if it's not oiled, ow, I almost
Oh, it will rust.
Yeah, it will rust, but it shouldn't be an issue to if I get my trusty little gun cleaning kit and if I get the rust off and put oil on it, it won't rust. It'll be fine. I mean, I don't care if it's a little bit rusty because I'm not gonna like use it to cook or anything. Let's see. No, I was hoping to have sandpaper so I could get sand the rust off. Because again, I mean, who cares, right? It's not a precision blade or anything. It's just a blunt.
I think you can remove surface rust with like steel wool and oil.
Yeah, I don't have any steel wool. That's the issue. But I do have oil. I don't think that this is like really bad rust. Like I think if I'll just run this cloth on it, it should be fine. And anyway, I should keep it broad because it is exposed steel, so it's gonna rust. It's not stainless steel; it's carbon steel, so it's gonna rust. But the thing is just mean. I know I'm never gonna ever use it against anybody, but just holding this thing, it's just a ferocious.
Do you do car?
Huh?
Do you garden?
No, I don't even have a garden.
No. Ah!
I was like, I bought the shovel, and I was at my mom's house at the time. It was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I bought this shovel. And she's like, why do you need a shovel? I'm like, gardening. She's like, what, you're going to plant bodies in the garden? Why do you need. Because you can, just looking at it, you see that it's not actually a garden, right?
Hmm.
I don't know if it's like, it's, it's a fucking, it's
It's a
something.
weapon.
So it's a weapon. It's definitely a weapon. It's actually a very useful weapon.
Yep.
Like, it's a club and an axe and a shovel. I mean, if you really have to dig, like, it's basically modeled after the Russian entrenchment tool.
Hmm.
The Russians are big on like using entrenchment tools in hand-to-hand combat. It's almost identical. There was actually a guy selling an actual Russian entrenchment tool there, but I saw this. They were the same price. I was like, you know what? I'll get the modern version because I know I'm going to do stupid shit with it, and I don't want to break or damage a World War II relic.
Yeah.
And I got most of it off. I mean, there's still some, but if I had sandpaper or steel wool. Oh, I might have that Scotch Brite that I use for. That might actually do it.
That I don't know because it might be too rough.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the finish. That's the other thing. The finish that there is on it, I don't know. But you can see the blade. You can see it's edged.
Yep.
It's a pretty vicious little thing. I'll tell you what. I bet you can literally take the head off of someone with this thing. And that just makes me giggle. I don't know why. I'm not actually a violent person even.
Uh,
But
this
that's
might sound weird, but I just edged my dad's hoe.
you what?
Edged. I put a sharp edge on my
On
dad's
what?
hoe
Why?
because he wanted it. I, but the Japanese use it for gardening. Their hoes are
Mhm.
edged
Yeah.
for weeding. He uses it for weeding.
I mean, if you have enough weight behind something, it doesn't even have to be like this is not super sharp. It's pretty fucking sharp, but it's not
Yeah, but you
knife sharp.
swing that.
Oh, it's heavy. It's got some weight behind it. That's the thing. Yeah, I think that'll do. It's got a bunch of fabric on it now because it's sharp, so it's eating away that cloth. But again, it's a tool, so I'm not sure that I care. Yeah, I think that'll do. I'll get some sandpaper tomorrow and then we'll fix it right up. I think I'll leave oil on it. Where's that red? I'll leave oil all over it. And that way, at least it won't. I know it won't rust when it's oiled like that. It might gunk up and be all nasty, but that cleans off with soap and water.
Mhm.
So, yeah. God, I love this thing. I need to find like someone to hack with it.
Yeah. Speaking of rust, I found out that if I keep my shaving razor in a little bit of soap, it'll
Mhm.
keep it lasting very long.
And salt.
In soap,
So,
soap.
well, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna find enough, like a big enough soap
Yeah.
bucket for. Yeah, I think this oil. It's uh, synthetic motor oil for like cars. It's the same I use for my dog. Yeah, I think that would be fine. I wish I could. Yeah, I definitely need some sandpaper. No, but it's fine. I got most of it. You don't want to leave rust on something because that would eat it up. Damn, that's a nasty thing. Just,
That
don't
man
say
has
that.
a shovel. Watch out!
You, no kidding, man. Though I mean, have you ever seen the? It's made by Cold Steel. Have you ever seen the promotional video for this thing? I'll link you the video and then you'll understand. It's pretty fucking insane. Right now I got water all over my pants. Right? Oops. Oh shit. Now I got water all everywhere. Yeah, I'm clumsy as fuck. I gotta wash my hands for this garbage.
Hi, everybody.
Right? I'll link it on the side. I think it's fucking hilarious. Watch that. It's pretty horrible to watch, by the way. Just letting you know. You look disturbed by the images.
The guy who got it in the face. That's amazing. That's,
Yeah, like I said, it's a gardening tool. Very useful for gardening in like Chechnya. Did you get to the part where he actually digs with it yet? This like hardcore looking guy, he's like digging with it like an idiot. I like that they have a sense of humor about their own product because no one's ever gonna dig with this.
it's like they're saying, and you can dig a hole too.
Yeah, you can like hit a pig in the face with it. That went just right through that thing though. Yeah, I think the ones in the commercial are extra sharp though. I don't think mine is that sharp, but it's sharp enough. I almost cut myself just now. Actually, I might have actually cut myself. I'm not sure. Are you still watching that? Because you're like, yeah. By the way, all of Cold Steel's commercials are like that. Just so you know. I love their commercials.
So I'm getting a shovel.
Yeah. You can get any old shovel and sharpen it though. You don't actually need this. Although it's not like expensive or anything. It's like I think it's like $40 in the US. Which is, I mean, expensive for a shovel,
Yeah, it is expensive for a shovel.
but all of their commercials are like that. That's why I love their. I don't even care if their products are good. I just think their commercials are hilarious because they're always like, "Here's a stick. Now we're gonna break these bones with it." And they have all these big burly guys like cutting shit with their knives. It's always great.
That's a great ad.
Yeah, it is.
And you can dig a hole with it. What a bargain.
Well, it was actually like it's almost completely a copy of the Russian actual military entrenchment tool, and you can dig a hole with it. Just the thing is, the Russians are like don't sharpen it. They don't sharpen the front because that hurts you. Like that makes it less of a good entrenchment tool. So they sharpen one side. They don't sharpen all of it. So you can use one side to cut things. Then the rest is just a blunt trauma weapon. But they have like entire field manuals about how to beat people up with shovels and shit. Like they're all about that. I'm pretty sure we could find like
Yeah, they used shovels in the First World War II as weapons.
see if I can find a video of them actually. Yeah, anyway, they're all about like beating people up with shovels and stuff. Which I mean, I get it. I mean, you have an AK-47, you have a pistol, you have an RPG, but for some reason you choose to engage the person with a shovel. I don't know. It's like somebody like there's like a Russian quote or something like that about fighting knives. And they're like, in order to engage the enemy with a fighting knife, the soldier has to be incompetent enough to lose his rifle, lose his helmet, find himself with only his knife, and then find another idiot on the enemy side that has done the same thing, and then knife fight with him. Like it's not really something like they did. They did after World War II. They even did a survey in the Russian army about bayonets and how many people actually stabbed someone to death with a bayonet, and they only check like in units that actually did bayonet charges, and they still could find like only a couple dozen people actually, because you know they did a lot of bayonet charges, but you don't actually stab people; you shoot them while you're charging. Like the bayonet charge was more like a psychological thing. Because imagine you're like in a trench, a bunch of Russians are coming over with Mosin Nagants, like with bayonets on them. You're not saying that. You're getting the fuck out of town. You're not sticking around to see if they know how to use them. It's the same with pistols, by the way. Like, not a lot of people were killed with like Colt 1911s in World War II. That was pretty rare for someone to actually fight with one.
Yeah, I heard a quote not like yours that said something like a pistol is what you use to fight. To get to the rifle, you should have not dropped in the first place.
Yeah. Well, some of us can't have rifles. But yeah, pistol's shit.
It's a compromise.
If I have to fight someone that has a rifle with a pistol, that means I'm pretty fucked.
But it's handy to have on your pocket.
Oh yeah, well, definitely. I wouldn't, even if I could own a rifle, obviously, I wouldn't like carry a slinged rifle around all day. That's a pain in the ass. Might have one in the car for like, holy shit, the zombie apocalypse has suddenly arrived. But I'm not gonna actually carry a rifle everywhere unless I'm in a war. Even then, it's kind of a pain in the ass because in like my job in the military, the chance of me actually shooting someone with a rifle is like almost nothing.
You were surrounded by steel.
Yeah, not steel because I'm not in tanks anymore, but aluminum. But my job is not to fight anyone anymore. So even now, like they're gonna change. They're gonna make me a platoon leader, but it's the medical evacuation platoon. So theoretically, I'm not supposed to be in combat. Practically, shit happens, but it shouldn't really be like, especially with our APCs, which are basically junk. They're pretty soft. But that shovel is just hilarious. I just hold it and giggle. My wife thinks I'm an idiot. Can you imagine like how unfortunate that would be to be on the receiving end of that? That would just, it's like being
The guy
attacked
who
by
got it in the guts, it went in deep.
yeah. It's basically like being attacked by a bear or something.
Mm-hmm. Not in the face. Boom.
And I bet you I can get away with like carrying that stuff while I'm hiking and shit. Like, because what are they gonna say? I mean, it's a shovel.
A shovel. I gotta go to the woods. I need a shovel.
Yeah, no, like I'm digging a hole to put my fire in. Like you're supposed to light your fire in the hole, right? So there you are. I'm digging a hole with my special forces shovel. Makes perfect. I don't think anyone would like tell me anything anyway. I went hiking with like combat knives here, but whatever.
Nobody will know if you put a sheath on it. It's just a shovel.
Yeah, it has a sheath on it. It comes with a sheath. It even fits on your belt. You can carry it on your belt. That's so fucking retarded. No, but if I go to war, I'll definitely like put it in the back of my vest or something. Roll ninja on the pot. Yeah, again, that means I'm really, really fucked. Like, because I have a rifle and a pistol and a knife.
When you're down to the
Now,
shovel,
I'll pull that before a knife.
before then, it's longer reaching.
It's longer reaching. It's easier to use.
And you
It's
get
really
the knife if you break the wooden part of the shovel.
oh, if I broke the wooden part of this on someone, that someone's not like you don't get up from that shit. That's like a sharp hammer. I don't think so anyone's going anywhere after being hit with that, unless you hit them like straight on a vest or something, or on a helmet maybe. They'll probably crack a helmet. They'll probably knock you out through the helmet. I ran into a concrete wall with my helmet once, like slipped. I was running and I slipped and like went straight into a wall. And I got a concussion with the helmet on. I don't want to think what would have happened if I didn't have a helmet on. I'd probably fucking break my skull or something. So yeah, I don't don't think you get up from being hit with that.
I think your shovel is cool.
Yeah, I like it too. My wife hates it, which makes it even better.
She's not for violence, or is she?
No, she's definitely for violence. She just thinks that I have enough stuff that kills people. You have to realize I have like 4 or 5 combat knives as well, so. And a club. And a gun. But most of them are packed. Huh?
But a shovel is useful in so many ways.
Yeah. Not so much this one, but generally.
You might even try gardening. Could happen.
With that,
Yeah.
no, I'll get a shovel with a long stick for gardening. Like a real shovel.
I've had to do gardening. I don't like it.
And if it's your garden, I guess.
Well, I was being paid for it. But I don't know nothing about gardening. But I got the job. I was planting some weird looking plants in this rocky soil. And there was nothing for the roots to grab a hold of. I tried to tell the people it's gonna die. But I planted them just the same. They're still alive somehow. I don't water them or anything.
Yeah.
I told my
I've a-
dad, why don't you do it?
I have a plant inside that's like doesn't have any. It's in rocks. Oh, windy.
I'm gonna drink some coffee. I'll be back. If I don't see you, it's good to see you again.
Hey, windy. And it's quiet.
The cat is here, and he's wet. Somebody washed my cat. I'm gonna drink coffee. Be back.
All right. Like, where is everyone? They're watching. There's some show on that I'm not aware of.
I'm broadcasting from my kitchen. My cup. I'd offer you some, but we're far.
Yeah, 10,000 miles.
Es una persona en Israel. My dad is here. El nuevo. This is Costa Rican coffee.
Yeah, I got a coffee machine now.
Do you grind it yourself?
No, I got a capsule machine. It's pretty sweet.
We use this thing.
That's old school.
Yeah, it is old school. My dad is old school. The water is boiling. We put it in the saw.
Yeah.
Hang on. Are you making meth or something? Did I just walk back to a drug lab?
No, that's coffee.
Smeggy,
Uh.
you missed me, like, fondling my shovel.
I think I'm happy about that.
No, dude, look,
You
look,
see
look,
that
look.
thing?
I mean, look at this thing. Look at it.
Yeah, it looks like a shovel.
Dude,
More than a shovel. Believe me.
just, it's awesome. You know what I need to do, though? I need to, like, either staple or, like, somehow grind this, because it's super smooth.
Oh, you need a grip.
Yeah. I could just put some paracord on it or something.
Use hockey tape.
Yeah, I don't think hockey tape is a big thing in Israel. Like, I don't think hockey is a thing at all.
You
They're like,
could use that.
Really?
well, I think there are like 2 ice rinks in Israel. Being as, like, the sun is trying to kill us here every day, so.
You can use that stuff that skateboarders put on their board.
Yeah. No, I think I might. Yeah, I can probably, like, come up with something. I'm sure I'll find something. It's not that critical. It's not like I'm taking it to war tomorrow.
I mean, it's just a stupid shovel, anyways.
Oh no, dude!
Not even that cool.
It's
so
cool.
much. It's pretty fucking cool.
No se puede comer mucho jugo porque se acaba. No viene más.
Soda crackers.
Where you getting yelled at? Do you have to eat your vegetables?
No, I'm told not to eat them fast because there are no more, apparently.
Yeah.
Did any of y'all watch Westworld last night on HBO?
No, I don't have HBO.
What are we talking about?
Westworld.
I don't know what that is.
It's a TV show.
Yeah, I get that.
Just started.
Oh, it just started, so it's probably not here yet. What is it about?
Yeah, you have to remember he's just getting friends over there. Maybe Seinfeld.
Yeah, well, you know what? At least nature is not reclaiming the city I live in. Okay.
Hey, I like it, man. I can go to the farm whenever I want. It's 5 minutes down the road.
Where do you live?
Detroit area.
No, the other guy.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm from Israel.
From where?
Israel.
Okay.
Yeah.
you know, Robbie's trying to find a cricket in his house, but I hear it too, Robbie. So you might be chasing your own computer.
Yeah. No, I don't think we have it here yet, but whatever. I can just like stream it online or whatever. I don't even watch television anymore. I just stream whatever shows I want.
Yeah, I just can't see paying for HBO. I mean, I do like Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
that's
All those
about it.
shows. I get all those shows after they get like the subtitles and everything done. I get them on my package, but like on television, but it I can't be bothered. I mean, I can just stream everything on the computer, and most of the day, when I want to watch something, I just watch like something about guns anyway. So
Oh man, so I got this I'm gonna call it, I guess, documentary or whatever. I got it for my dad a while ago. It was in like the dollar bin at Meyer or something, and it was like history of the gun. There's like 7 different episodes, and the first one's like from gunpowder to whatever some part. The next part's like the Revolutionary War. The next part's Civil War guns. The next part's World War I, World War II, yada yada. Well, he ended up taking it up north. You know, just a couple DVDs or whatever. And we were up there, kind of bored Saturday night. My parents had gone to bed. Me and my buddy were just hanging out. I was like, hey, let's toss this in. Oh my God, is it the most boring, dry documentary? Like I like guns. I think they're interesting. And I was just like, oh my God, this is boring. The
yeah.
the moderator's like, well, when firearms were invented, they were first used by the Chinese. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, like make it exciting. Show something blow up. Like do something. It was so boring. We both fell asleep like 20 minutes in.
Were you snuggling?
No, we were sitting on different couches.
No, you were definitely snuggling.
I have snuggled with him before, but we were not snuggling.
There was a show called Tales of the Gun, which was pretty good on
Yeah,
the History Channel.
that wasn't bad. I mean, at this point, if I want to watch something about gun history, I just go to Full 30 and go to Forgotten Weapons. And
Yeah, that guy's good.
oh, Ian's
Yeah.
the bomb, man. Ian leads the best lifestyle in the world, I swear. I don't know how he's funding it, because I doubt he's like funding all of it from his Patreon supporters, but I mean,
Does he
goddamn.
monetize? Does he monetize his videos?
Yeah,
Well, and I don't know how much does he really have to pay for. I mean, he's kind of hooked up with that auction house where they let him like look at all the cool, unique
yeah.
stuff. It's not like he bought all that stuff. It's just he gets to
Oh,
look
but
at
he-
it, take it apart. I haven't
Yeah,
seen him do a shooting video in like a year.
No, he just did a shooting video a couple days ago, but no, but he buys a bunch of expensive shit though. He buys some pretty rare stuff for his own collection. But I think I'm almost sure, like I didn't ask him. I'm friends with him on Facebook and shit. I'm almost sure that he's now like getting paid by RIA. Like I don't think he's doing that voluntarily.
He's also got that James D. Julia auction house
Yeah.
in RAA.
Yeah. I'm almost
Yeah,
sure.
It,
I'm almost sure he gets
he
paid
might
for
be,
that.
or it might just be, hey, we'll give you access to cool stuff that you would never have otherwise, but make sure you mention our name so people know where to get it if someone wants
Oh,
it.
that is definitely the case. I always knew that is the case. I'm just almost sure that he also gets paid, which is fine. I don't care. Like it's good that he's making money because like we're never gonna get access to all that information otherwise, and I'm not gonna dig through archives to like. And that's some really cool stuff that he shows. I mean, I don't know how much you're into like old strange guns, but I really like strange guns are like one of the most interesting things for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely like his videos because he gives just enough history of like if this was a military trials and what's going on with the company, like this person left and that's why it's a new design and blah 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 whatever. But then also I really like the mechanical features of firearms, and so and I really like even the ones that didn't catch on. Back the ones that he reviews are people were making up new stuff. They're like, all right, how do we make guns that work a little bit better? You don't see that much innovation nowadays, in my opinion. There's no like revolutionary stuff.
Well, because they pretty much figured out what works and they're doing it, like all the weird early semi-automatics, they just didn't know what a semi-automatic rifle is. Like there wasn't anything out there, so they did all sorts of weird stuff. The same with like uh, early metal cartridges and all that. But I like him a lot. He's a nice dude too, and he has very good mechanical understanding of how guns work, and he can explain it in a way that I understand. I'm not mechanically inclined at all, so but I like the history of it, and I mean, damn, he's having a ball too, and he's a shooter. He's not. I mean, you can see when he shoots, he knows how to shoot.
I like when he goes to the matches with like World
That
War
Carl
One
dude,
guns or something,
yeah,
like
they're
a two-gun match where he's got a rifle and a pistol, like from back in the day.
yeah,
He like dresses up as like the stuff, and I
yeah,
think
man.
that's pretty cool. I mean, that's the thing. He found a way to have fun. He's probably not competitive to all the guys running around with $5,000 ARs and stuff, but
Yeah,
gets the
but
job done.
he's pretty much shooting like that competition that they're shooting, that two gun competition. They're, I mean, it's not a huge like, it's not like a really big professional shooting thing yet. It's like they basically invented it. Like that dude, that Carl, I think his name is Carl Casada or whatever. It's like they pretty much invented it, but they're having a bunch of fun, and it looks like, I mean, he's managing to like make money out of it. So good for him. I wish I could do something like that. I probably could if I was in the U.S. It's just, no, I don't know. I don't have the engineering background, but he obviously has. But I don't know. It's cool, and he gets to shoot some pretty nice stuff. Like that. Did you see the video where he shoots the 4-bore shotgun?
No, I didn't see that.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
I got to see one of the guns that he featured on his videos. I saw one of them. I saw the finished
Oh
anti-tank
yeah.
rifle.
Yeah. He
I
just
was
did
like,
that. He just did
I
that
know
not
what that
long.
is.
Yeah, the Lottie 20 millimeter. That thing's a beast.
Yeah, I never thought I would ever see one of those. I
I've
saw it
never,
last week.
I've never seen a 20 millimeter rifle. I've seen Barretts, which are 12.7. I've seen those shoot. Those are fucking hilarious. But I mean, they're available to civilians in the U.S., so that's not even a big deal over there.
Oh yeah, we all have one. They're just
Well,
like
no, but I
if you
mean,
buy 10 Slurpees at 7-Eleven, you get a free 50 cal. I mean,
yeah.
that's just
Well,
how it works.
Snuggy, if you decided to own a 50 cal, you would own a 50 cal. Like,
Yeah, that's why I don't own one. I just haven't decided to own one yet.
how much would that cost?
It's like $10,000.
Yeah, I don't have any idea, to be honest. I just assume it's a lot.
I don't know. They're expensive, but they're not like, you don't have to be a millionaire to own one. You just have to have a little bit of money, I guess. But there are plenty of people on gun channels that if they sold like 10 of the guns out of the 100 that they have could buy one. Let's say it like that. It's just a matter of do you really want a 50 cal that bad that you're willing to like put few thousand, $10,000 into it. Have you ever shot one, Specs?
Nope.
I've never shot one. I've been near them when they shoot, and it's pretty hilarious. I've shot a 50 cal machine gun, but it's not the same. It's not as funny because it's not a rifle. It's like a 50 cal, like a Browning heavy machine gun. It's basically an automatic cannon. Those things are pretty accurate. I used to be able to like cut 2x4s from 1,000 yards with those things when they're mounted on the tank. Those things are pretty sweet. And you're in the army, so you get like incendiary rounds and shit. You get to play around with it. But they're a pain in the ass to maintain because you have to headspace them every day. You have to check the headspace every day because it's a screw-on barrel. And then like that. Let's see. Let's see how much a 50 cal would cost you. We're gonna set Smegs up with a 50 cal.
I mean, if you want to buy one for me, by all means, dude. I'm down.
Didn't you say you're gonna get another handgun?
That'll probably be my next gun, yeah. I'll probably wait till next year now.
Pablo's Pride. Guatemala. That one is from Costa Rica. Commercial placement. Brought to you by.
Well, this is a sponsored channel now? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, I mean they're like $10,000, yeah. The ammo is probably pretty expensive too. If you're gonna get like actual ammo that you want to shoot from a rifle, you spend $10,000 on. And then where are you going to shoot it? Like,
You gotta have it and blow up Jeeps or something to have fun with it.
it doesn't blow up anything. It just makes very big holes at things from a very long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would definitely not be on my short list of things. Let's say if I'm limited to any logical budget. But
hablando de los rifles esos que vimos allá en la tienda, que eran caros, como $10,000.
Anyway, I'm kind of surprised that you haven't bought another handgun yet. I thought it was something more immediate. And,
I changed my mind when I got the 17 HMR.
oh, I didn't know you got one.
Yeah, picked that up last week or something.
What specific is there only like one rifle that shoots that? I know it's a caliber. I have no idea what shoots that though.
I went with it was a Marlin.
Oh, all right.
I'm sure there's other.
Is it a semi-auto?
No, it's a bolt action.
All right. What an odd little round. Is it expensive to shoot, or
No, it's not too bad.
how come you ended up buying that?
Because my buddy had one,
Hmm.
and he convinced me that we could go squirrel hunting when we were up north. So I said, well, what the heck? He has one that he just got. I'll get one. That'll be cool. And then he ended up not going up north. Like, you bastard. He's got
No,
like
you still
family and stuff.
have the rifle though, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so presumably the rifle you're talking about is the XT-17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like complete unknowns to me. All these bolt-action civilian rifles. I know
It's
shit about that.
I'm gonna say it's a neat little round. Um
Zippy.
it's basically a 22 Magnum that then is neck down to 17. And one of the things that worked out pretty nice, my buddy has a Marlin in 22, and he wanted to get, or he needed to get something else for a different gun. And we were getting it, and the thing was like, okay, free shipping if it's like over $20 or whatever. So I was like, hey, dude, like, why don't you buy something else and then, like, you'll get free shipping or whatever. And he decided, well, I'll get some magazines for that, bolt action 22 that I have. And I said, okay, that's cool. So, because I had an account and everything, like, I just ended up doing it for him. And, like, I ordered couple of mags for him and whatever else he needed. And, okay, good to go. And, like, I paid for it. I'm like, just, give me money whenever you feel like it. So the things show up, and I had accidentally ordered the 22 Magnum magazines, not the 22 long rifle.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, those don't fit at all. It's like way too long. Well, when I bought the 17, since it's the same basically gun, only different caliber, the magazine for 22 Magnum works for 17 HMR. So he just gave me back the magazines. He's like, here you go. So now I have a couple extra magazines for that gun.
Cool.
Yep.
It's probably got basically no recoil, right?
Yeah, it's not much.
That's cool, man. That's a nice option to have.
Yeah, and that bullet's so small, and it goes so fast. It's like shooting a little laser beam out of there.
Well, it's probably a nice gun to get people started on shooting because it's
Well, if you're gonna get someone started, I'd say just go with a regular 22 because I mean the ammo. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's not super expensive, but shit, man, I want to say that. Oh, I don't remember. Whatever. I
yeah.
really have no idea, but I
You
want
don't
to
have.
say that a box of 50 was like $10 or something.
Do you have a 22 though?
I don't have a 22 actually.
No. So I've never shot a 22. Oh, that's not true. I have shot a 22. I've shot a 22 pistol. Never shot a 22 rifle.
Yeah.
Shot a little Beretta 71, which is 22.
That's actually something we shot my buddy's Model 60, which it's a Marlin 22 caliber semi-auto. Um, and that was one we had to do some work on. And so it worked fine like at first. So everything we did seemed to work out okay. But then as the day went on and we shot it more, it started having feeding issues where like the bullet coming up would be like way too high of an angle. Like the
Right.
bullet itself was hitting like above the chamber. Like and then as the bullet comes forward, it was like slamming into the side of the case and denting the side of the case. So I'm not sure if like something in the gun that like, kicks the bullet up was not holding it in the right angle or something or what. I really don't know. I was hoping to get some help from some people's that maybe have experience with that gun. But like I said, the first, I don't
What
even know.
what rifle is it?
It's a Marlin Model 60.
Is
It's a,
that is
it's
that
a
a tube fed
semi-automatic 22 rifle.
mag fed or?
It's like tube.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, because if it's a magazine fed weapon, I'd say the magazines are fucked. That's usually the culprit.
Right. Well, and that's why I'm wondering if like that little, because there's like a little thing, I don't know, that,
Yeah,
obviously the
like a
tube
hopper.
comes in and it kind of kicks it up at an angle so that when the bolt comes back, it can like pick up the next one or whatever. But
Uh,
it's like cocked up at
I
a
think it's
too
called
high
the
of an angle. So it makes me
cartridge
think
lift.
that little piece is messed up, but I don't know enough about them to really know. In fact, I'm gonna text him right now because got some shit at work he's got to remember to bring home for me. That's unrelated, kind of, but whatever.
You know what? Fuck it. Next time I'm at the range, I'll shoot a 22 rifle just so I can say I've shot a 22 rifle. And it's not going to cost much more than.
My little nephew's gonna shoot a 22 soon. It'll be his first time shooting any kind of weapon. He's a Boy Scout.
Oh, that's a good start. A 22 rifle. I've never shot one, but I can imagine because it's basically like. But I think an AR-15 is a good start too. So I don't know. I would not hesitate to like teach a young teenager to shoot with an AR-15, a long-barreled AR-15.
He's
Like,
10.
yeah, it doesn't matter. They don't actually kick that much. They're very loud though. 22s are pretty quiet. But again, you have ear protection on. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they
Yeah, we
got.
tried to get my mom to shoot, but she doesn't want to.
Well, If she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to, man.
No,
Yeah.
fuck that. I'm gonna make her do it.
No, you can like convince her and stuff, but like she just doesn't like the idea of shooting someone or shooting at all, or is she afraid of it or whatever?
Yeah, guns are scary.
Oh well, yeah, that'll
That's an
pass
exact
once she
quote.
shoots. Once she shoots a gun, she'll understand they're not scary because they're not.
She's shot guns before. She still thinks they're scary.
Really?
Yes.
Well, maybe it's not for her, man.
No, it is. She just doesn't know it yet.
Ah,
I gotta get my dad to shoot or to have any kind of gun.
you need to get yourself to have a gun.
Yeah, that too.
That's number one. Then you worry about your dad.
He shot a 38, so I'm thinking I should get a 38 because I know he can handle that.
It's not different.
We could have a weapon in the car just in case.
Yeah, you can get a 38 revolver. Just take into consideration that, like, if you're not a very good, an experienced shooter, the trigger on that, the double action is kind of a pain in the ass.
I know he's shot a 38 before, which belonged to my grandfather.
Yeah, but in the old timey days, they used to cock the trigger on revolvers, and they were like even in actual defensive shooting, which people don't actually do anymore because it's not really something you want to deal with while you're trying to save your own life. So the trigger, like, it's like my gun. It has a really nice trigger when it's in single action. When it's in double action, it's a nice trigger, but it's a double action trigger. It's a long pull and it's heavy, and you kind of, if you don't know how to do it, you're gonna miss. You don't want to miss.
Sometimes you don't get a second shot.
No, that's why people like Glock so much, because it's a relatively safe trigger on the one hand. Like, it's not gonna, you're not gonna press it accidentally, probably, but it's very consistent.
It's Glocktober.
It is Glocktober.
Ew.
I don't like Glocks, but they are. I mean, the trigger is shitty, but it is consistent, Smegs. It's
Glocks are
consistently
dumb.
it's consistently shitty.
Glocks are dumb.
Yeah, but what I'm
Everybody
saying,
hates Glocks. No one actually likes Glocks.
I'm trying to give like serious advice.
I
I'm
am
not
too. Glocks are evil.
Yeah, but would you, like, for a first gun? Would you give someone a 38 revolver as their first gun, their first defensive handgun?
I don't know. It depends on if they like shooting revolvers or not.
They don't know what they like shooting because they've only shot like one thing 50 years ago.
Well, then they need to go to the range and get some rentals. That's what I would suggest with your dad before you just go out and buy something. That's like my buddy's mom. Apparently, she got into guns and decided, okay, cool, I'm going to get my concealed carry permit. All right, great. Well, she has a little 380. And he was asking her, like, do you like 380s? Like, why'd you go with that? And she's like, it was cute. It was a small little cute gun. It's like, do you shoot it? It's like, well, I don't really like it. So that was one that she just bought a 380, and it's like not realizing how snappy they are, how kind of annoying they are, or whatever,
Yeah,
and just thinks that, okay, everything's all good now. Like, I got my gun. Never shoots it.
that's the it's called the
Collector.
no,
I'm a
it's not the
collector.
collector. It's the magic item that wards off evil. I've got a gun, therefore I'm safe, even though I don't know how to use it, and I'm afraid to shoot it, but I got it on me, so I'm gonna be fine.
Well, and part of it, I mean, uh, part of it, it does kind of work that way. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend having that attitude, but the majority of the time, you never even have to pull the trigger. So, yeah, sometimes it does kind of work as a magic talisman. Like,
Yeah.
If you just show it to somebody who is eating corn.
Yeah,
Right.
in the U.S., considering what you guys typically carry your guns for, then yes. In Israel, absolutely 100% not, because the odds are that if you're going to pull your gun in a defensive shooting in Israel, you're probably shooting someone who is willing to die. So you're going to have to press the trigger.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Different
Yeah.
different stuff.
But
And so, from her point of view, it probably does make her at least a little bit safer. Again, I don't agree with it. And the idea that you would buy something like not even have ever shot something similar. Now, I bought my CZ having never shot a CZ, but I had shot full-sized metal 9 millimeters before. Like I knew it wasn't going to kick very much. You know, I knew about the weight and the feel of it. And then, I did hold it in dry fire and stuff, and I knew that the grip fit my hand well and all that kind of stuff.
oh, that grip fits everyone's hands.
Well, yeah, but so
It's
then when I
literally the
did end
best
up buying
grip.
it and shoot it, it's like, oh, gee, this is comfortable to shoot. It wasn't a surprise to me, but I at least knew like the right category. Like I said, a full-sized metal 9 millimeter. I had shot those before, so I kind of knew what to expect. If you've
Um,
never shot a small little, I don't even
380.
know. I forget. I forget if my buddy even told me and I forgot, or if he just never told me what it was. But if it's a little like polymer 380 thing, I'm sure that beats your hand up after a while. Like it probably isn't fun to shoot that much.
They're not fun to shoot. None of them are
It
fun to
will
shoot.
work, but you got to know what you're getting into. I don't even know if she shot it. You know what I mean? Like,
Even the no, that's horrifying to me. Uh, Not shooting like I would never carry a gun defensively that I haven't shot at least a full magazine through to see that it actually works with the ammo that's in it. And the other thing is those 380s are, a lot of women carry them, and I don't think they're very good pistols for women or old people or people with weak hands because first of all, like you said, they're snappy as fuck. And the second thing is, most of them, it's very hard to rack the slide on. Like, it's harder to rack the slide on those than on a 9 millimeter. Because they have very stiff springs. Because they're snappy. Because they're small guns and the ammo is quite snappy. So, I don't know. I don't like those. I don't even get the point because we have such, like, tiny 9 millimeters these days. You know what I mean?
well, and
I don't
that's the
understand.
thing, right? Like that's the Ruger LCP, which is a 380. The Ruger LC9 is like an eighth of an inch bigger. Like
Yeah,
whoop de doo, man. I would get that in a heartbeat.
definitely. Definitely. And if you want to go that small, then actually, yes, take a 38 special revolver. Or take a 357 revolver for that matter. Those are snappy, but at least if you shoot someone, you hit him once with a 357. You know, that's not a 380. That's
Right. It's snappy, but it has the power behind it. Whereas a 380 is just snappy. I don't even know why. Is it just like the pressure curve of the powder or something? Like I don't know why they always feel snappier than 9 mil.
because the guns are small. If
No,
you put
but
a
I mean
nine,
same size gun though. Let's like I said,
no,
LCP versus LC9. Shoot the
I
two
have.
of them together. You'll be able to tell which one's the 380.
Yeah, the 380 is snappier. I've never shot those.
Yeah.
I've shot a 380 out of a Beretta 84, and that's a metal frame gun. That's a heavy gun compared to what it is. And still, I'm not sure I understand the point of 380 because it's like just I don't see its right to like not its right to exist. I mean, whatever, but like I don't understand its niche. What is it doing today that it used to be when there wasn't like tiny 9 millimeters. You could have like something like a Colt Government 380, like a Colt Mustang. That'd be pretty awesome because you get an actual gun that feels like a gun, not like a toy, and it fits in your pocket, like those pocket lights. But we have Glocks that do that today, and
Right. And I'm not trying to crap on the PPK because that's a cool looking little gun. I know
Yeah,
that's 380.
it's also yeah, but you know what? That's actually a perfect example of why you should like what like it's not a. I would not recommend that as a defensive pistol because first of all, if you limp wrist that motherfucker, it's gonna jam on you, and it is snappy.
We just got to be James Bond.
Well, yeah, but if you're James Bond, you can carry whatever you want because you're James Bond. You're gonna win. Otherwise, the movie sucks. But if you're me, I don't know. I would like at that point. I would switch to a revolver, or you know what? I would even take a 22 just for the capacity and the super light recoil.
I wouldn't. That's going. No, I disagree.
Well, if you take like a real 22 pistol, like a good made 22 pistol, I don't know, man. With some of the hotter 22 ammo. Problem is 22 is a rim cartridge, so you're always going to have less reliability. And they're kind of made cheaply anyway, the rounds themselves. You can get a really nicely made 22. Like, again, a Beretta 71. Yeah, I'm defending that.
You're saying you would rather carry a little 22 than a PPK. I completely disagree with you on that.
No, I'm not saying it. I was thinking it while talking. I think yeah, no, you're right. I'd still take the 380 just because it's a better round. But
I'm just saying I'd take a small 9 over a 380 because they make them about the same size nowadays. So might as well.
And everyone ends up like, you know, even the people that carry 38 special now, which there aren't a lot left, right? They all carry plus Bs anyway, and then you get all the snappy, you know, like recoil anyway. So, and by the way, not a lot of those 380s are good for plus B like the older ones. Like I don't think you can shoot plus B from a PPK, from an older PPK. Maybe the new production ones. I'm not sure how the old ones would handle it. So I don't know. It's all kind of silly to me. Just get a single stack 9mm.
Well, yeah. But anyways, that whole thing started based on the fact that you should go and try different guns before you buy one. So that's what I think you should go with your dad, go to the range and rent ones. A lot of places, like once you pay for a rental fee in like, you know, an hour range time, you can take that rental gun back out and trade it for a different one and they don't charge you like more. Like if it's $10 to rent a gun, you can shoot 5 or 6 different guns during that hour and they only charge you the one $10.
Yeah.
A lot of places do that. And I would suggest if you're doing that, you know, shoot like a big full size, find some type of, you know, medium polymer thing, get a little subcompact dinky little thing, get like this, that, and the other, and just try different like categories, figure out what type of gun, you know, get a revolver. I don't know what else there is.
Yeah, make sure you have one which is a double action, single action, like either a Beretta M9 or a Sig Sauer or a CZ, and then get a hammer fired, like a striker fired one, like a Glock.
Right. And then once you figure out what category, then you can start looking at, you know, different brands or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that much. Like if I took your CZ and put a Sig Sauer or a Beretta M9, I mean, it wouldn't be that big a difference for you. I don't think so. Double action, single action, big metal frame gun. I mean, one of them might shoot nicer for you, but they're all basically the same thing.
Right. Well, yeah, that's always my suggestion when people are like, "Huh, I think I might get a gun." It's like, okay, well, I guess first is what do you want it for, and then second is figuring out what category works for that the best. Like that's with my gun. The reason I got it was home defense and a range gun. Like that's what I really wanted. And then I also happen to conceal carry it because it out of the three categories, it's the worst at concealed carry, but it works. It does get a little annoying because it's pretty heavy.
Yeah. I got to squeeze the trigger on the Beretta 92. And I liked it a lot. I
Yeah, but
especially
did you
liked it in
squeeze it,
single
did you
action.
squeeze it in single action or in double action?
I tried it out in single action, and the trigger was nice. But it's too big for concealment. It'd be good for a range gun.
Yep. Good for a range or for home defense because it doesn't matter how big it is if it's sitting on the nightstand.
Now, I would put it in the center console of the car, just to have it there, hidden away, maybe.
Right now, where you are, because I know states are different. Do you have to have a concealed carry permit in order to have a loaded gun in the center console of your car?
I've been reading about it, and apparently your car is considered part of your castle. So
Because I know in Michigan, as soon as a loaded gun enters a car, it's considered concealed. So even if you're like open carrying, because we have open carry. So let's say you have a gun on your hip and it's exposed in a holster, you're good to go walking around. As soon as you sit down inside your car, you're now concealing it, quote unquote.
and
So you
according
have
to
to
the
have a
law,
permit in order to do that.
according to the law, and I looked at it, it says that you don't have to tell the policeman you have a gun in the car. It says you don't have to answer that question.
Oh, but I would definitely 100% answer that question. I wouldn't say I have a gun in the car. I wouldn't say it like that.
If they ask you,
I would very, very carefully with both my hands visible.
Yeah.
Say,
And see where I am, if you are concealed carrying, you have a duty to inform. So anytime you interact with a police officer, you have to notify him immediately. And in fact, a lot of people will say, like, when you give them your driver's license, hand them your concealed carry permit as well. Well, there was actually a case in Michigan where they decided that that was not properly informing the officer soon enough. So the guy got in trouble by doing that. And the court upheld that, yeah, he did not inform the officer soon enough. So it's almost like as he's walking up to the car, you got to like stick your head out the window and be like, I have a concealed carry permit and I'm carrying. Like, you can't let them say hello to you. Otherwise, you haven't told them fast enough.
yeah, it's dumb that it's the law, but it's not a bad habit. Like, I don't have to do it in Israel, and I still would do it. Like, if I'm pulled over or whatever, just because I don't want them to freak out. And the police here aren't half as like trigger happy as yours, but I don't want them. I want them to know exactly where my gun is and that I have it on. I don't. But again, I mean, fucking, like, look at me. No police officer is going to shoot me, actually, but not exactly the typecast. I was going to say, first of all, take about the Beretta, that you need to shoot it in double action, because that's how you're going to shoot it in the defensive shooting. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, they make those in a smaller size. If you're like super, like, they make 92 compact. They're still big ass guns though. They're kind of bulky. That's one of the reasons I didn't take one. I was looking at one, and next to the CZ that I got, and I was like, no, CZ's nicer. I really count like um, recommend the CZ enough. I really think it's just a very, very nice carry pistol to have, the compact CZ. Just because they fit, like, I don't know whose hand they used when they made the gun, but he had, like, the most average hand in the universe. The only other gun that sits in the hand as nice as a CZ for me is a Browning high power. And I wouldn't carry a Browning high power. Because it has a magazine disconnect and shitty triggers from the factory, and it's a single action, so I'd have to be cocked and locked. And I don't want to be cocked and locked. I'm more scared of a cocked and locked pistol than a double action with the hammer down. Like, I'm more worried about safety issues with a 1911 or a BHP.
Yeah, I'd like to have a 1911, but that whole thing.
You know, definitely is a range gun. I mean, look, people carry 1911s and Browning high powers and carry them safely and everything's fine. It's just, I don't know. The hammer's cocked back, and then I don't know. It's just, and the triggers are pretty light on a 1911 or any single action gun, really. That's why they're so nice to shoot at the range. That's why you like the trigger on that Beretta, because it was in single action when you pressed it.
Good. Like, think.
Yeah, but yeah, again, you're not. That's not how it's going to be when you pull it. It's not going to be that way. It's going to be much heavier, and that's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't know. I mean, some people call it, they're like, I don't know, like, Smeggy, has anyone ever told you, like, you're stupid for having a double action, single action? Like, well, not literally called you stupid, but, like, said, well, that first shot is a bitch.
I've heard that before, but I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Like, yeah, the first, you're probably going to pull your first shot, but the rest of them will be right there. And if you're a couple feet away from the bad guy, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure, like, if you practice it enough, it's really, I mean, you're not going to make any, like, super impressive shots with it, but you can hit, I mean, center mass on a person at, like, 10 yards, I don't think it's an issue. And Flippy's here, so we can all just acknowledge that fact. Hey, Flippy.
Back.
What have you been up to?
Not much. Just a bunch of what the fuck is this? EDM?
Jesus Christ, who's falling down the wishing well?
Raphael is setting his shit up loudly.
It's normally you, so I just was curious. I'm not on the hangout, so I couldn't see whose thing was lighting up.
No, I'm stationary at this moment, so it's not. I think I'm gonna go to sleep anyhow. It's 2 a.m. My wife is probably gonna wake me up at like 7 or 8.
Good night.
Nice.
I'll see you around.
So this is kind of weird. So I finally got down to the carrying in a car, without a permit.
Yeah, has to be inaccessible, really.
Right, yeah. Yeah, notwithstanding subsection 2, it is lawful and is not a violation of whatever the thing for a person 18 or older to possess a concealed firearm or other weapon for self-defense or other lawful purpose within the interior of a private conveyance without a license. If the firearm or other weapon is securely encased
That's it.
or is otherwise not readily accessible for immediate use. Nothing in here prohibits carrying a legal firearm other than a handgun anywhere in private conveyance. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing here contains shall be construed to authorize the carrying of concealed firearm or other weapon on the person. Blah, 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 blah. Well, then when you go to definition, securely encased means in a glove compartment, whether or not locked, snapped in a holster, in a gun case, whether or not locked, in a zippered gun case, or in a closed box or container, which requires a lid to cover to be open. So I guess if it's in the
Like a
glove
Tupperware
box,
thing?
that counts as securely encased.
Yep.
So, okay, there you go.
That's
That
my
is good
plan.
to know.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about that. That's where I got my information from. I think it also has whether you have to tell the police if you have a gun in the car.
Right. And that also has something to do with if you have a permit to conceal carry and you're carrying. But basically, the answer is no. The licensee must carry the license together with valid identification at all times in which the licensee is in actual possession of a concealed weapon or firearm, and must display both the license and proper identification upon demand of a law enforcement officer. So if you
What state
have
is this?
Florida,
Okay, out.
so if you have a concealed weapon permit, you have to have it on you when you're carrying concealed, but you don't have to tell them. Just if it comes up or whatever and they ask, you have to tell them and you have to show them your like if they ask to see your license, you have to show it to them along with your like driver's license or whatever other ID you have. And I don't know. So that one's tricky. I mean, I guess you can carry it in your car without a license. I still think I wouldn't volunteer it, but if they ask like, "Hey, you got any guns in the car?" I'd say, "Yeah, I do. It's, in the glove box and I'm not a bad guy, so I'm not hiding it." But I don't know. I mean, I guess that's up to you. You certainly can't lie. I mean, that's just the thing in general. If you say no and then they find it, well, now you're in trouble for lying, even though it was legal to have it. So that's not really a good idea. So that's why I would say I would wait for them to actually ask, and then I would be honest with them because you're not trying to hide it. You're not a bad guy, so it's not the end of the world. If they ask, answer them. But I wouldn't go out of my way to tell them that.
Yeah.
And if you're keeping it in the center council, don't keep your registration and insurance in there. Like keep them someplace else because it's never good to be like, oh yeah, let me get my paperwork and open the thing and the gun falls out as you're looking for your paperwork. They get really edgy if that happens.
Yeah, that would not be cool.
Yeah.
All in all, I'm white, so I don't really have anything to worry about.
I've been studying that just to be ready.
Studying being white.
No, being a weapon carrier, sort of. Carrying a weapon. A concealed weapon.
Well, if you're going to go that far, then yeah, to actually get the permit because then you can carry it on your person.
Yep.
And that's nice. In which case, when you go to get the permit, you'll get a nice refresher course on all the different laws and stuff too.
Oh yeah. There's a thick book over there.
I am of the impression, like, I don't think you should have to take classes, but I definitely recommend them.
Yeah, here they it's required because you gotta show proficiency.
Yeah, most places have some type of class and or range time to get a license. Um, some are more than others, but I would recommend doing it just for your own knowledge.
Yeah. And there's I was gonna exercise my Second Amendment right yesterday by buying one, but even if I did, I'd have to wait 3 days because there's a waiting period here in Florida.
Oh, really? You guys have waiting periods?
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah, you
Wow.
didn't hear me rant about it the other day about how they're not a free state because they have all these restrictions like no
Well,
open carry. They got a freaking waiting period that gets women killed probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it gets some bros killed too. I don't think it's just exclusive to women.
Also, weekends don't count. So if you buy it on Friday, you need to add more days to that 3 day waiting period.
Yeah, I'd always buy on a Monday.
Yeah. Monday, gun day.
And then you gotta sign that 4473, so you might be on hold for a while, maybe.
I've never had an issue with a 4473.
yeah, most people don't.
I
If
mean, I
you
don't
have,
anymore. There's like literally no possible way I could have any issue with the 4473. I don't have to do background checks anymore.
Do you put your social in there?
Nah, I just put 5 Mr. Benjamins down, and then they're like, all right, you're good. I used to put my social in before I got a carry permit, but now that I have a carry permit, they don't do a background check, so it doesn't matter.
Cool.
yeah, that is a nice benefit of having the permit. Most places do that. Once you get the permit, you don't have to do the background check.
Cool.
Yeah, even though I have a permit, I still have to do a background check every time.
That's weird.
Yep. They think because they don't know. I guess they think you could have committed a crime yesterday. You could have been charged or convicted. We don't have that on our records yet.
But then if you would have been convicted, they would take away your permit, so you wouldn't have a permit anymore.
Well, it could have been something that I don't know, like what could you do on that 4473 that wouldn't take away your permit right away?
Smoke weed?
I guess.
Be put in a mental asylum?
You would be mentally adjudicated lawfully, so that would be they would take away your guns.
Be on the no-fly list?
No phyllis
Yeah,
has
there
nothing
really
to
is
do
no
with it.
there's no justification for my state to have a handgun registry. That's not a registry because registries are illegal in my state.
But yet you have it.
Yeah.
See, we do have a handgun registry, but it's not illegal in our state to have one.
Yeah. It's against the law to have a registry in Pennsylvania, but the state police and the legislature somehow figured it out. Figured out their way around it. I guess they don't have like immediate access, even though they probably do.
Well, wouldn't that be a job for like a handful of lawyers to get that fixed?
Yeah, instead they're from the gun rights policy conference. The people in Pennsylvania were doing these cases about trying to get felons back their gun rights, nonviolent felons.
That's fine too.
I think there's other groups trying to fight the handgun thing. It's just hard. So many people, like the guy that bought my shotgun the other day, he wanted to meet at the gun shop and transfer a shotgun. I was like, I don't do that for long guns. He was like, oh, I would feel more comfortable. And I was like, well, go somewhere else. He was like, let me come look at it. And I explained to him why. I was like, well, this is like one of the last freedoms we have. So I'm not going to go to a gun shop and subject you to an extra fee, because all they're going to do is write up a bill of sale and charge him money. They're not going to they can't transfer it. It's not a handgun.
They also can't transfer it because they don't own it.
Yeah, like they would have to take it into their possession and then give it to him. I don't know. They have a procedure for that, but
Right. I mean, that's
for
what they do in the
handguns,
states where it's required. Is you transfer it to the shop, they put it in their books, then they transfer it to the buyer and take it out of their books.
yeah, so they don't have that process for long guns or rifles, shotguns, guns of that nature.
Guns of girth and length.
Yeah. So I could tell that guy like wasn't sure. He was like, "Is this legal? I don't know." So I gave him time to look it up. It's like, figure it out, and then let me know. Get back to me. And then I sold it to him, and then he came out and wanted a bill of sale, or he called me back and wanted a bill of sale, and I was like, okay, whatever. I got a picture of his license on top of the bill of sale that I wrote up on a piece of
Dude,
loose
I don't
leaf
understand
paper.
why people are like so fucking weird about shit.
Well, I could tell this guy just didn't know. He didn't understand the freedoms that he had.
Well, and what's funny is a bill of sale is more to protect the seller. Because if something happens and like you bought that gun originally from,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
but
a
what if
gun
he gets
store,
that? But if if someone steals that from him, then he can. I don't know.
You
That,
can
that
use
I
it for
wouldn't matter at
insurance
that point, though.
purposes, but typically the insurance doesn't go off of what you paid for it. It goes by the value of the item.
Yeah,
So bills,
depends on
like
what kind of insurance you get, but yeah.
for the most part though, like what the fuck? I exploded. For the most
again,
part
it's
though,
just
like
kind of
blanket
weird.
insurance, they go based off of the value of the item, like wholesale value of the item.
Yeah, unless you have replacement, in which case then they give you enough money to replace that item. But yeah, insurance is a big scam anyway, so I'm sure they'll find a way to screw you.
That's why everything of mine is like insured for quadruple its value.
I just like did some Photoshop work and made some like Picassos and hung them up on my wall and took a bunch of pictures and documentation. So then that way, if anything happens, I'll be like, oh yeah, and those like 5 Picassos that I had. So then I'll get more money.
Just Photoshop a bunch of Picassos all over your apartment or
Mm-hmm.
house.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
Are those next to your Da Vinci and the Michelangelo
Yep.
and the Van Gogh?
The little wiener statue. The guy with the little wiener. You got that in your house?
The little pisser.
I think he's worth like millions. Just the wiener alone is like $1 million.
The little wiener by itself is $100 grand.
there's old guys in the state that are like, I'm not gonna buy your gun unless you meet me at the gun shop. I'm like, well,
It's
you
like,
gotta
okay, I'll find
buy
someone
my
else to buy my gun.
So
Like
I
that
said,
shit.
well, then you're not buying it, I guess.
You probably wanted to vote for Hillary too. It's probably like, oh,
Universal
is the future.
background checks. That's the universal background check guy. Let's go to the gun shop because I want to background check you. The guy selling me the gun.
Well, you do have a point though. That is exactly the type of person that is like, I don't see what's wrong with black background checks. Like, because basically that dude, as the buyer, was trying to like restrict himself and cost himself more money. Because again, I really do think that that type of stuff only protects the seller. It doesn't do anything to help the buyer. Maybe for insurance, you could be like, hey,
No,
look,
it
it
kind
proves
of
I owned
does.
it, but not really.
Because you can say, look, this is a bill of sale proving that I purchased this from someone. I didn't know it was stolen or whatever.
Well, I showed the guy my license and my carry permit, and this guy didn't even have a carry permit. He was like, "Oh, I ain't got a carry permit," and I was like, "That's cool. I can still sell it to you."
How does a bill of sale prove it's not stolen or whatever?
Because it's proof that you purchased it. It's not proof that it's not stolen. It's proof that you purchased it in the first place. And you weren't the one who stole it.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe, but if I stole it, wouldn't I just make up a
Bill of
proof
sale.
of purchase and like say I bought it from John Smith and here's a bill of sale? Look, that's his signature. What do you mean
I
it
mean,
looks like my handwriting
Yeah,
with my
but
left hand?
if they
yeah, you
follow
can do
up,
that too. But
the cops will follow up on it, and if you're lying, they'll come back to you. So
And then you
oh,
say,
that
"Oh, I didn't know that the seller's the one that made up the bill of sale. Like, I didn't know his name wasn't John Smith." You know what I mean? I'm just saying it seems like you guys might be right, but to me, I feel like a bill of sale is more for the seller because when the cops do a trace and they go to the background or they go to the FFL and it has your name on the 4473, they show up and say, "Hey, where's this gun?" And you say, "I sold it a year ago. Here's who I sold it to. Now leave me the hell alone."
yeah. Well, I didn't even want to do a bill of sale because I don't usually do them. I just show the guy, and I ask him to show me his license to make sure he's a Pennsylvania state resident. But I'll show them my license and my carry license so they gives them a little peace of mind.
yeah, like here it's literally just show them that the only thing you need, the only responsibility that falls on the seller in Texas is that the buyer has a a Texas state driver's license, and that's it.
Yeah. I
Like
wish
they
it
have to
was
have
like
some
that
way of proving
here
that
for
they're.
handguns.
It's like the only thing is they have to just prove that they are a resident of Texas, and then they're good. Doesn't matter if they were a felon or whatever. That's not your problem.
Yeah, and if you ask them, like, who's going to ask that anyway? If the person doesn't look like a felon or the person's not acting suspicious or you didn't have any reason to believe they were a felon, then it's not your fault.
Right. Well, and that's kind of the whole. Is that federal level? Is that you can't knowingly sell to a felon? Like if they walk up and be like, "Hey, I'm a felon. I want to buy this. I can't get it from a store."
Yeah,
You
you
can't
just
sell it
have
to
to.
them anymore because they like you now know that what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
And I think that, undercover cops could do that unless that's probably entrapment or whatever.
That'd be entrapment, but don't undercover cops do that with like turning tricks and shit? Like, isn't that the same thing where like there'll be women cops walking around trying to solicit sex?
Yeah. I mean, that's
which
kind of undercover cops. All they do is entrapment. Like, I don't know the technical definition, but that's pretty much how they catch the people. I think the difference is if you weren't going to do it anyways, and then they kind of like they were the ones that like talked you into it, and then you did it. Like someone bugging you, like, come on, sell me a gun. You really
like
should. And blah
what
blah
the
blah.
FBI does. That's
Right.
what the FBI does. Entrapment.
Like I said, I don't know the
The
technical legal
the
definition of
FBI.
entrapment, but it seems like undercover, that's kind of the point of entrapment, is convincing someone to do something bad and then getting them in trouble for doing something bad.
Yeah, when you're undercover, you're eventually gonna be a part of a sting operation. If you're a detective, you're not undercover. You're a fucking
dude,
guy
Sting's like
walking
the
around in a
greatest.
suit.
Fucking like the best wrestler.
Fuck wrestling. What were we talking about?
Sting.
No.
Titties.
We started talking about private sales and whatnot,
Yeah.
Titties.
that part.
and not
Then Sting
knowingly
got brought up.
selling to a felon. No, I have a question though. You said something about it has to be a resident, and I would think that that'd be any state, right? Because isn't it a federal rule that you can't sell across state line? Like you can't knowingly sell to a non-resident.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing being Texas, your responsibility falls on making sure that that person is a resident.
Yeah, you have to at least see their license.
That's your
They have to
only-
prove that
yeah.
they live in the state.
Because I'm just
That's
thinking,
like the only
I'm thinking back to that whole. You can go to Indiana and buy a truckload of guns and take it to Chicago and blah blah blah. And my whole thing is,
That's doing your
I
due
don't-
diligence.
I don't think you
Successfully.
my thing is, I don't think you can do that. Like, if you live in Chicago, when you go to Indiana, those people in Indiana are going to be like, dude, you're an Illinois resident. I can't sell this to you.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Unless you slip them a couple of 50s and they're like, yes, sir, Mr. Indianapolis
Nah,
resident.
nobody
Resident?
wants. Nobody. I mean, maybe stupid people do that, but they probably get busted like eventually because
Dude,
they're
I'm
stupid.
pretty sure next to no one actually does that. I'm just keep saying that because I was watching fucking
Well,
what
I know
was it?
some girl was on got arrested.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that last week or whatever.
Yeah, in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they're like our system's so broken. We go in like a gun store, like we need to buy guns, but we can't like show them our ID. So like, yeah, we've got some Benjamin Franklins.
Yeah, and like before he could even like
Whip the
properly
money out. The
bribe
dude's
the guy,
like,
he's like, "Oh man, the system's down. I can't do a background check. Here you go."
yeah,
He's
which
like, wow, our country sucks.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna watch that show anymore.
it was fucking dumb. And then they get arrested like immediately afterward because there was guns in the trunk, or in the back seat. But this is also Florida, so I was like, what the fuck?
Why is Brooklyn Nine-Nine in Florida?
Plot reasons.
The two guys are in witness protection, which is why because
So
they
the show is jumping the shark, is what you're saying.
no, I think it's still all right, but
That's still funny, but
that's the whole reason they didn't want to go buy the guns is because then when they did the background check on like their new identities, the marshals would like have that flagged because they're trying to do something like they're trying to catch the bad guy without the U.S. Marshal knowing because she doesn't want them to investigate the case. So that was the whole idea of, well, we should, we need to take this guy down. We're gonna, set up a trap and catch him or whatever.
I only watched season 2, and then I haven't caught up. I thought they took away the gay sergeant. I was like, what? This is
they
stupid.
brought him back.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, Sergeant's really funny.
I do think it's a good show. I mean that was one of those cringe like, oh geez, it's being anti-gun
It's like-
kind of.
And
But-
they don't want to be anti-cop
He's
too,
like an
like
emotionless
anti-Florida cop,
wall.
like immediately.
That
Like-
that was pretty funny. I gotta say that was pretty funny. Like
We got our first female cop. It's a mess. Uniform doesn't fit. The shirt doesn't fit. It's weird.
yeah, he's just like the most bigoted, racist guy ever. And so they're like, all right, they're gonna break out of jail. So they're like, we'll stage a fight, and when he comes to like break it up, then we'll get away. And so they start fighting, and he shows up, and he's like, "Yeah, get him! Come
Yeah,
on,
beat him, hit him in
jail
the
fight." So
He's
so
like, "This
then
is
they
fun."
go.
And they're like, "Why isn't this working?"
So then the guy goes, "All right, just go with this." And he like gives him a peck on the lips, and the guy's like, "No, no, none of that, none of that." He comes like running in.
He's like, "Break it up."
Not
Gotta
gonna have
stop
any of that gay stuff in here.
So what about Luke Cage and its anti-gun?
Luke Cage is
Stupidity.
anti-gun, anti-cop, and pro Black Lives Matter, but it's still an enjoyable show.
Oh,
and
Luke Cage came out?
Anti-founding father.
Actually, it wasn't.
It
There's
wasn't.
just one bit. No, there's just that one bit where that detective was like, "Yo, fuck Ben Franklin. Why is that motherfucker on money? He wasn't even a president."
Yeah, that's anti-founding father.
Yeah, but to be fair, Benjamin Franklin was kind of a cunt. A
No,
lot of ways.
He invented everything, dude.
He didn't
Yeah, he
invent
was also a
nothing.
giant cunt.
I would have hung out with that giant cunt.
belligerent, drunk, womanizing cunt.
I mean, yeah,
Going to France with him.
yeah, exactly. Just go to France and get a bunch of hookers or whatever.
Yeah, and then like he'll send you to France and then bang your wife.
I won't
Oh,
have
you're
a
in
wife
France.
back then. I'll know better back then.
Benjamin Franklin was a shit. That's beyond the point.
But yeah, the anti-gun part was like when the guy's like, the Second Amendment or the Constitution protects my business of selling illegal guns or buying illegal guns or whatever the fuck he was doing. But that's the brainwashing. That's their goal. They have they put a lot of thought into what kind of fucking propaganda they're gonna stick in television shows. It doesn't always go the way the creator wanted it to. They have like what's it called? Corporate. Call down and send letters. Oh, you need to add this now into the show.
There isn't enough Black Lives Matter in this show. You need more.
Oh, put some guys buying a gun from a shifty gun dealer.
Oh, there was at one point. I don't know how far you got into the show. I don't know how much I can talk about, but like the fucking Black Lives Matter bit in that show gets hardcore. And then there's like some powerful mental gymnastics that happen when that happens.
Yeah, I don't know how far I am. Episode 8 or something.
I don't know how to. I can't talk about it because I don't want to spoil it. But there's a bit that I really want to talk about because it's so fucking dumb. It doesn't even make sense.
How many episodes of this are there?
I think there's like 14.
Wow. I thought it just started.
Well, it's on Netflix,
Yeah.
so they
It's
all
on
come
Netflix,
out at
so they
once.
just post all of them.
Oh, yeah. That's why.
That's what
Yeah, like I
love.
watched it all weekend. It was pretty good, but
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to watch them all then.
like it's probably my favorite one next to like Daredevil season 2 because it was really good
Yeah,
and it was fun. It's just I cringed every time there was like fucking anti-gun, Black Lives Matter, anti-police popping up.
like every white cop was a racist.
Legit, there's no good white guy in that fucking show. All the white guys are bad guys.
Well, it's a comic book rendering. So they bend the truth a lot.
I never read the comic book, but it might have been that way. I mean, even in the 70s, Stan Lee had a lot of like Black Panthers and political shit going on.
Are you saying Stan Lee was a Black Panther?
No, but he had like he was political. He just used comics to mimic what was going on, I guess.
Yep.
like the superheroes were the minorities. In case you haven't caught on to that yet.
Mm-hmm.
But something completely unrelated. Yeah, at one point there's God damn it, it fucking pisses me off. It's like cops are bad. We need to like fear the police. Also, we need to arm them with better
yeah,
weapons.
I saw that. Yeah,
I
so
was
you can
like,
protect us, and they
yeah,
were
I
all
was
like,
like,
"Yeah,
well, hold on,
Yeah.
what?
yeah, for
This-
real." That
this
was
doesn't even
like
make sense.
either, yeah, dude. Either it was horrible writing, which I doubt, or it was there to showcase how
How fucking
backwards
dumb this group of people is. The
liberals
Black
are?
Lives Matter group.
Yes.
I feel like it. Because like the mental gymnastics that happened were powerful, like legit.
It was
Like-
seriously right after they all cheered for cops are killing us and cops are bad.
Yeah, cops are beating our
So
children.
we need to give them
Yeah,
these guns so
we
they can
need to give
protect
them
us.
guns.
All right.
Like, yeah, we need the cops to protect us. It's like, hold on, what? what just fucking happened?
Yeah.
Like that part, I fucking lost it. I'm like, this doesn't even like make sense. This hurts my soul. But it's also not far off from the truth.
That's funny. I need some of them rounds. What are they called? Judas? I need
Oh,
some
Judas
rounds.
bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judas 9mm.
Dude, those Judas bullets looked an awful lot like those zinc-coated fucking... What the fuck were they called?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, they look like a big Tula.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like those zinc-colored Tulas.
Because I haven't seen a gold Tula in forever. They're all that silver shit. And it like gets on your fingers. So Luke Cage's weakness is like a giant Tula round,
I mean, that's everyone's
like
weakness.
like a 75 caliber.
That big fuck you bullet that they were firing out of like what looked like a fucking Sega 12.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll just boil it out of them with acid.
Yeah,
Hot.
with super hot acid. The hotter the better. Also, I thought it was weird that that one lady turned into Black Hillary Clinton. Like, actually.
What happened to that handler guy from like the first episode that was handing her pills? It was either the first or second episode.
Oh, the black guy?
No, it was a white guy. It was like a taller white guy, and he like pulled her away and gave her some pills. And then you never see him again. Like they were like, "Oh, we better take this. We better stop this."
I
Before
have
one of
no
us gets
idea.
killed.
I actually don't remember, so.
Yeah, they're like walking outside on the sidewalk or in a park, and the fucking bodyguard guy comes over and gives her some pills in a hurry. She takes them.
Huh. I don't remember that bit.
It's episode 1 or 2. So then I never seen him again.
Oh, yeah, those weren't pills. That was, you're talking about when she's like feeding the homeless or whatever.
What was she giving him? Breadcrumbs?
No, it was a bottle of Germex.
Oh, okay.
He like walked up and squirted Germex into her hands, and she's like, "Don't ever touch me."
All right, I must have just been looking out the kitchen window thing.
Yeah, that was the episode where she's like feeding the kids and she's like grabbing their hair and shit, and being like, "Yeah, don't give this dude cheeseburgers. He'll eat like 20 of them because he's a fatty." It was
So
like
when did
fucking
she
funny.
turn into Hillary Clinton?
Basically from the beginning, but she like goes hardcore Hillary towards the end.
Because, yeah, I was thinking that, but just from that part, that didn't actually happen. It's all this brainwashing I'm being exposed to on Facebook and the social medias. They're trying to wash my brain. It was yesterday's pomade that had the LCR, camo LCR, for anybody that was in that chat. Not the Mac guy.
The digital camo.
Yeah. And I was wrong about it. Everybody else was right. The camo was on like the small part of the frame.
I didn't know anything about it.
I'll still get it. It's the top gun on gunsforgals.com. So I figure, you know, I got little sissy hands and wrists. Little girly hands.
Well, I like it. I like the LCR.
Yeah, I had one before. I had an LCRX with the hammer exposed.
I've been thinking about getting that as my first one. First revolver ever. I know my dad can handle a 38 because he's done it before. So if anything happens, I can hand it to him. Or he can grab it off the golf compartment.
I kind of want one of these Sharps Bros AK receivers. You ever see them?
Mm-mm.
It's a milled receiver with a AR buffer tube hole in the back, so you can just screw on a buffer tube.
Wow. Why would you do that?
I don't know. Some people like it. I guess if I was going to build an AK, I would probably get that one to try to make it as useful as possible. Because I don't know what you have to do. I think you just have to press rivets and press the barrel in. Maybe a trunnion.
I thought about getting a AK pistol. That a mini Draco.
Yeah, I like those. You see the video with Hickok's son shooting the micro Draco?
Haven't seen any.
Yeah. He's like a giant dude holding this tiny little AK, making it look even smaller than it is. Micro Draco.
Also, that thing you're talking about has the trunnions already built into it. You literally just shove the barrel into it.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I think I'll get one. Eventually.
Jim Fuller's already started building guns with it. You can order.
Yeah. I'll just get Night Strike to do it.
And then you screw the buffer tube in. And then you stick the furniture on and you're done. Ta-da!
And it's awesome. The future of AKs in America. In America.
The future of AKs should not reside in America.
Why not?
Because better people than us should be dictating and making the future of AKs.
It's a dated, antiquated weapon.
New stuff at Kalashnikov now. They even have a handgun. A pistol.
So maybe still useful, but it wouldn't be my go-to. It's too heavy.
Those AK
Maybe
pistols
if
are neat. I need to pick up a new one at some point.
Yeah, mini Dracos are the shit.
I don't give a fuck about mini Dracos.
Micro Dracos. What do you want, a PAP again?
Yeah, I'll probably get another PAP because I really like that.
It's garbage, dude.
I like that one a lot, though.
Yeah, but it's garbage, like quality wise. They don't fucking put any kind of effort into those fucking commercial guns. I'm telling you.
The one I had ran fine. Had no issues. Was lined up correctly.
Maybe you got lucky. But if you dropped it on the mag, it would just bend because they don't heat treat the receivers properly. And they just do the holes. Because they're lazy. That's why those guns are so cheap.
Yeah, my main ideal would be to get G-Webs' fucking kit and ship it out. Get that shit put together proper.
Or why don't you just buy that shit and hold on to it until you can do it?
I'm still in talks with G.
Are you still negotiating?
Yeah.
I think my dad might want to go to a gun show. That's kind of weird.
I haven't had the greatest experience taking my father to gun shows.
He's
It always turns into like me having to like make sure I have to keep him away from buying shitty Japanese optics.
He's really anti-gun, which is really. I think he's weakening. I'm working on him. We got one coming up in October at the end, so maybe I'll take him just to look. They got concealed weapons carrying classes in there, but I'm not gonna take one there. I like the idea of the classroom as a better place to learn. It might be too noisy in that place. But I'm going to Tulsa.
I'm also going to Tulsa. It's going to be great.
Man, I'll just like Island's post because it's so long. I can't read it all. I don't have that attention span for that, for all of this.
What did Island post?
It's like a Trump thing on Facebook, on the Facebooks.
Oh, is he trying to be anti-Trump again?
No, it's pro-Trump. It's
Oh, okay. Too many people on gun channels who are anti-Trump, and it's tiresome.
If I'm not believing that Trump and Hillary are both playing us at the same time, then I'm pro-Trump. So I flip-flop between that because I'm indecisive. Did you see this guy got attacked by a bear?
The dude got eaten by a bear? Yeah, who's like, I don't know what's under my hat right now. I'm like, please don't take that hat off.
That piece of your fucking head is hanging off there, pal.
Yeah, like his ears just flopping around.
He's like, I still have my eyes and my arms and my legs, so
Everything's good. That's all that matters. I think my arm's broke, but whatever.
should have been.
He's just like fucking sitting there smiling, like, yo, I fist fought a bear and didn't get eaten.
Fucking guy should have had a 10mm Glock on him.
Dude, we were fucking talking about that shit too last night, and I'm like,
Bear spray.
I don't remember who the fuck it was, but someone was like, yeah, you can pretty much just avoid bears or whatever. And I'm like, nah. If I'm out there if I see a bear, I'm gonna shoot that bear. I'm gonna shoot that bear until that bear stops being a bear. And then if like a park ranger rolls up to see what's going on, he's getting shot too. And the cubs and whatever comes near me until I feel safe again.
You could probably shove the park ranger into the bear.
Park ranger!
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. If it's like a bear and it's cubs, I'm shooting that bear. I'm shooting its cubs, and if the park ranger comes by to see like what's going on, the park ranger's gonna get capped too. And then we got into the 22 and bear argument. I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, he's right. Fucking, you need a 22. That way, when you see the bear charging at you, you can just fucking end yourself before you get eaten.
Reminds me of South Park. He's coming right for us.
Dude, you can't trust bears. Bears are fucking terrifying.
Somebody should shoot Bigfoot. He
I
should
think
be
they're actually protected, to be honest.
It's a guy in a suit. That's why he's protected.
No, I mean like legit. I think there's actual protection things where you're not allowed to shoot Bigfoot even if it was real. Yankee goes on and on about that forever.
He was wearing
Is that a federal law?
I think so. I think Bigfoot somehow is on the endangered species list.
How do they know? They can't
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you ever see Harry and the Hendersons?
No.
They blend into the forest so well that you can't even see them until they come out and show themselves.
Until they're already eating your face, you can't see it.
There's like millions of them.
Did you see somebody shot one, quote unquote, and put it in a refrigerator and sold it? And
Yeah,
it was a fake.
It was like a costume.
Yep.
Gorilla suit.
It's a guy in a suit.
Nice. Inside the Mad Max festival that makes Burning Man look lame. I should go to that festival and take a bunch of
What the
pictures.
fuck is the Mad Max Festival like? Is it like a bunch of drugs, guns, and like crazy monstrosities made of like cars?
Pretty much, it looks like cosplay. Mad Max cosplay in the desert.
That actually sounds really fucking cool.
Yeah, I'd go to it.
I'd
Take a
fucking go
bunch
that
of
shit.
pictures and post them on Facebook. And tag my friend who went to Burning Man and enlightened himself. Came back all enlightened and happy, peaceful. And douchey. What's today? The 3rd?
Third.
Yes.
I don't like how all these old news stories are in my feed. Super Troopers 2 on set. Last day of shoot. What is this lefty judge? What did I just say? Lefty judge rules all guns banned. Is that like probably one town somewhere? It's a fucking clickbait article.
I hate those.
Yeah.
I don't click on anything anymore like that.
I can't help myself. Leftist judge goes on anti-gun tirade in court. Says dump them in the ocean. Okay, dump them in the ocean. I guess that's a way to get rid of them because they'll rust. They'll rust. Oh, we can listen to it. least he was honest.
Wait, what's he doing?
Nothing. He just had a rant that he hates guns, wants them all in the ocean.
Oh, Gary
But,
Johnson?
But he ain't gonna fuck with your guns, your gun rights.
Gary Johnson.
No, some lefty
No.
judge.
Yeah, some judge.
He has a right to be pacifist. In his job, he's got deputies around him with guns.
Oh yeah.
I don't have that privilege.
No.
Everybody who goes into that courtroom has to go through a metal detector, probably.
But he didn't say how we would take away all the criminal guns.
No.
Also, he said no police, no security,
Everybody
no
who needs to have
civilians
one.
or whatever. What about the criminals?
Yeah.
This guy.
Well, clearly, if you take away the police guns and the everybody guns, then criminals can't get guns.
And guess what? If you pick to be a judge as your profession, you're probably going to see a lot of crime involving guns. You know, like most of it, because you're a judge. You're residing over these cases every day. That's your job. He'd rather reside over the bludgeoning cases. This man was bludgeoned to death with a rock.
Ban old rock. Let's put them all in a barge. Drop them off in the sea. Knives. Let's put them all in a barge. Float them out to sea. Dump them in the ocean. Cars. Guns, but and everybody will, all law-abiding people will give up their guns because they're law-abiding people. But then you have to put like a policeman every 10 feet so that everybody's secure.
But that policeman won't have a gun.
He won't have it.
It was put on a barge.
Dropped up in the ocean somewhere.
It'd be like Paris.
Yeah.
They attacked with AK-47s. Those Paris cops, they eventually responded with force, equal force and arms, but it took them like 2 hours.
There was nobody around to stop that guy. Somebody tried to stop him with a motorcycle. Didn't work.
Their first responders were their weakest responders.
Yeah. Did you see that?
They got killed.
You see that video of Sheriff Ivey from the Tampa Second Amendment conference?
Yeah.
That was good. Everyone's a first responder.
Yeah, I listened to it yesterday.
That's pretty good. And it's the truth.
What we need to do is put all the policemen on a barge and drop that in the ocean too. And then if we do that, we got to put all the judges on barges and take that and drop that out in the middle of the ocean. And then there will be no more crime.
Then get rid of the lawyers too.
If there's no one there to convict them, then it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of laws are victimless crimes that are made just so that there'll be laws for people to put people in jail.
Yeah, that's already a problem. Private-owned prisons. They need to get their residents in there somehow. That means paying off police unions, judges, politicians.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget the barge for the witnesses.
I mean, if there's no judges or cops, you don't. Doesn't witnesses don't matter because what are they gonna? Who are they gonna witness to?
Yeah.
And don't look at the barge with the witnesses because you'll be a witness and they'll put you on the boat too. Just look away. Happy Glocktober, the 3rd.
Yep. Still waiting to celebrate my glorious Glocktober. Glock.
I figured there'd be some event at that gun shop that I went, but there's nothing there. No promotion or anything.
Nah, gun shops don't even know what Glocktober is.
That's so lame.
They're like, what the fuck is a Glocktober? I'm gonna give him a patch this year when I go to pick up my Vickers.
I'd be all over there. That's a celebration. I know they had Sid Sauer days the other day.
Gen 2 Glocktober patch. 6 sour days.
And they had a Glock weekend with people from Glock, representatives.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Probably happens a lot down there, huh? Florida?
No, that's the only time I've seen it. Yeah, relatively close. They're in Georgia.
Yeah.
Smyrna, right? New Smyrna.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is. Probably somewhere near Atlanta.
I know that I think it's close to Atlanta. DB drives there to get his sights put on. That'd be awesome. I got shit here in Pennsylvania. Well, my gun shop puts my sights on for me, but there's no gun. There's no gun companies close to me in Pennsylvania. They're all out west if they are. Car, Magnum Research.
I got Keltec on the other side of the state. I don't know if I should,
I don't even think Magnum Research is in Pennsylvania. I think it's just Car Arms. Let's see. Here in Pennsylvania, we have Black Label Tactical. I think I heard of them, but
what part of Pennsylvania?
Coriopolis. I don't know where that's at.
I've been there. I've been to Williamsport.
SMC Firearms, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
I've been to Gettysburg. Nice place. Harrisburg, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Keystone Sporting Arms. Master Class Metalsmith. What the fuck?
I wanted to go to Hershey. I heard that there's a big, giant vat of chocolate where you can dip in, like swim in it.
No, there isn't.
No.
But the entire fucking place smells like chocolate.
And the highest rat population in the planet.
Chocolate!
Chocolate. Oh, I've been to York.
Hershey Park.
Hershey
Is that
Park.
where you want to go?
I want to go to Hershey Park. I like those old amusement parks.
They got some pretty modern roller coasters.
Mm-hmm. I've been
One goes from like 0 to 75 in 2 seconds. I know that's not the fastest, but it's like pretty crazy. Pretty crazy shit.
Do they have the Santa Claus Land in Pennsylvania? Is that where it is?
I've never been there. We got Sesame Place. Sesame Place in Hershey Park. I think there's one other Sesame Place they just built somewhere in some other state. But it's been the only one forever. It's nothing big either. It's just like a giant water park. Well, it's a huge water park, but that's all there is. Besides, like all the indoor, interactive, crazy electronic shit that they got going on there.
Wow.
Wrong tab.
Lake Winnie in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That was a cool place. One of those old-time amusement parks. I was sad to hear that Hershey left the state. Like, they don't make chocolate bars there. They went to Mexico.
Yeah. I'm not either.
Everyone knows you can't trust the United States when it comes to chocolate.
Hershey's was the best. No, they're not. There's no
Hershey's
second-
was never the
second
best.
place. There is no second place. Yes, it is the best. It was the best. 100%. No argument, no disputing it.
American chocolate. It's where it's at.
Everything else tastes like wax or fucking European garbage. European garbage chocolate. Like Dove. That stuff's whack. Nestle's Crunch. That stuff's wax.
You watch your goddamn mouth.
I need chocolate.
It's funny, we have this at work, this chemical. We're bagging chemicals up in this stuff that, because our fire swear to God, our chemicals look like candy for children. So they're like in these little packs that dissolve in water. But anyway, this film that they're in is made of this stuff called Beatrix. I was like, is that a lady's name? They're like, no. It's a chemical that tastes really bitter. And the only way to like stop the bitterness if you accidentally taste it is to eat chocolate, milk chocolate.
The only way to stop the bitterness is to kill yourself.
A bunch of chocolate.
Chocolate.
They're like, don't rub it in your eyes either. I was like, what do we do if we get it in our eyes? Rub chocolate in our eyes.
They're like, no, you gotta take your eyes away.
They have like a thing of Hershey Kisses on the ready, and I'm like, who the fuck is eating this?
Although that sounds like the most fucking boss like med kit ever. It's like in case of emergency, break glass and eat Hershey Kiss. It was just like a fucking chocolate Easter bunny behind like the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's like right next to the rinse your eyes out thing and the fire extinguisher. It's the emergency Hershey Kiss.
Well, some people need to have chocolate or something sweet if they're diabetic to avoid blacking out or something.
Yeah, orange juice. I learned that from this documentary called Steel Magnolias.
I can't wait for Halloween this year now. That's where I get all the free candy.
How do you dress
What
up?
happens? Kids come to your door and they're like trick or treat, and you're like trick. You just grab their fucking bag, close the door on them.
That's a good idea.
No, but I have a little cute nephew, and he gets a lot of candy.
Oh yeah, I hear you there. I got 3 kids. And,
Candies are expensive.
I eat like 50% of their shit.
I almost bought a box of Kit Kat, and it was like $25.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, you can't be buying them full size unless you go to Sam's Club or something.
Yeah, full size at Sam's Club.
Shit. They're ripping you off. Yeah, candy bars have gotten ridiculously expensive since I was a kid. They were like 50 cents. Easy. 50 cents even. Always could get 2 if you had $1. Go to 7-Eleven, get 2 candy bars. And they slowly climbed up 69 cents, 79 cents, 89 cents. I don't even know how much they are anymore. I'm just like
$1.75.
$2. It's fucking insane.
Remember the big candy bars you used to get for like $1 to help some organization?
Yeah.
Those shrunk down.
Oh yeah. At
World's Finest, I think, or
there's like a bunch of pictures on the internet of candies that shrunk. You're getting less for even more, and you're paying even more.
mm-hmm.
I think the
Jolly Rancher bars, those shits were the shit.
Cadbury eggs were supposedly bigger.
Yeah. Which
How could
Jolly
Cadbury
Rancher?
eggs be bigger? They're the size of an egg.
Jolly
That's what I'm
Rancher
saying.
bar, like the size
They
of
have
them.
2 different sizes. They have the regular Cadbury egg, then they have like a medium one now, and then they have the little tiny ones, bite-sized ones.
Yeah, I went to Sam's Club, and I just strolled down the candy aisle, and I feel bad, but I like candy. I didn't buy any this year or that time because I feel like if I spend like 20-something dollars on something, I might as well have some nutritional value. So I didn't buy any candy.
Oh, then just get paydays.
I'm waiting for Halloween.
Peanuts.
My sister buys a lot.
Snickers.
My sister buys a lot of candy.
Yeah.
So if I'll be set for the year. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
Jolly
I hate
Ranchers.
candy.
Jolly Ranchers. Did you see the
Love me
Jolly
some Jolly
Ranchers?
Ranchers.
Doable?
I don't
Those
have
shits are
to.
nasty. Give me some Jolly Ranchers,
I don't
bottle
have too
caps,
long.
and some nerds.
Ooh.
I'll be good.
Jolly Ranchers last for too long. I don't have time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, you know what don't last long is that fruit stripe gum.
Oh yeah.
Oh, zebra?
That's the
Yeah.
best.
That's
Oh,
something
don't
great.
laugh.
that's the OG shit right there.
It might not last long, but it's the best while it
It is
lasts.
the best. But it just wears out quick. Fruit stripe. Yeah, the zebra. The zebra.
Yeah, the zebra gum is the best gum.
Haven't
With the
seen
little
that around.
temporary tattoos. I've never done that one. I never put a temporary tattoo on. I can't find them.
Oh, I put it on one of my doors once when I was a kid, and like my dad got fucking pissed because it stuck to the door forever.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently they wear off of skin, but not off of wood.
Who knew? I think Dollar General has them, but I think that's where I found them last. It's difficult to find because if it's not at Walmart, it's nowhere, and it's not at Walmart.
I should like the crunch. I don't like them no more.
You don't like Crunch?
Not anymore.
I like Three Musketeers a lot. Skittles.
Zagnuts.
Never had that.
I can never find them locally, and I keep forgetting to order like bulk Zagnut online. It's like hold on, I'll be right back.
Whatchamacallit. I used to like that. Don't like Hershey's Kisses.
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy? Never had that. I like Nerds a lot.
You like yourself a pelon?
What?
You heard of a pelon?
No.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Is that like
Hold
that
on.
shitty Mexican candy?
Yeah, it's back to candy.
Dude, your fucking culture's candy sucks cock.
Zagnuts.
Everything spicy.
It's like your people don't understand what the point of candy was.
Zagnuts. Zagnuts were like Butterfingers, but instead of chocolate, they're toasted coconut covered, and the peanut butter, the crunchy peanut butter inside is like half crunchy, half Reese's textured. It's fucking good. It's like the best candy bar ever.
We'll have to look at that next time.
Yeah, if you ever find one, try it. It's good. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've had Laffy Taffy. I put some Nerds on it and rolled it up and ate it.
Hardcore candy.
My nephew came up with the putting them together. That was clever.
I know what happened to the Lucas. That shit was the shit.
The what?
It's like a Lucas. It's like a bunch of salt and hot stuff.
No. That's not candy.
I think I had some Mexican candy. It's called piragua. You ever had that? It's like a hard candy with a stick on it, and it's wrapped with paper. Looks like an umbrella.
Nope.
Oh, I had some Japanese candy. That was awesome.
Oh, I got
Uh,
some Japanese candy that was disgusting.
rice candy. Bolton rice candy. It's awesome.
I had this like ginseng.
No,
It looked like
it's like a square, and it's wrapped. It looks like a cellophane, but it's not.
yeah.
Then it's wrapped in another cellophane, and it comes in a little box, a white and red box. Sometimes it has a sticker or a temporary tattoo in it. When you unwrap the first cellophane, you get to the inner cellophane, and that you put the whole thing in your mouth, and it dissolves, and then you get to the candy. It's cool. But it's expensive.
That's cooler than the Japanese candy I got. The Japanese candy that I got was disgusting. It looked like chewed up tobacco. It's like all mashed and wadded up and then dehydrated, and then you eat it.
I had squid candy. That shit was disgusting, dude. Then like, you want some piece of candy? I tried that shit. I spit that shit back out. This shit's fucking disgusting.
They were like, oh, it's like black licorice to these guys. I was like, what? This shit is disgusting. Get out of here. Yeah, Hershey's Kiss. I still have it. I still have that candy.
Hmm.
It came in like this little. It came in a little fancy box with, in a like a space food type pouch. And then I opened one of them, and I just I closed it back up by just folding it up. And it's been I've had it for like 10 years now.
10-year-old candy.
Yeah, it sits in that fancy box.
I never had that candy, Mr. Knives. I've seen it, but I never tried it.
Which one?
The one that you put up, the pelon.
Oh,
Which one do you recommend? I kind of like tamarindo.
the ones with mango and a bunch of chili around it.
What the fuck is this?
It's the Mexican candy that Mr. Knives put on the sidebar.
Is that like a dipper? Is that a dipper?
It looks like a dipper, like you dip.
Is it basically like the Mexican version of
Lickinade.
Fun Dip?
Fun Dip, yeah. It might be Fun Dip. Which I like a lot. I like Fun Dip.
The red one probably has lead in it though because it is Mexico.
I bought boxes and boxes of that candy. Day after Valentine's. Fun Dip.
Yeah, Fun Dip is good. Fun Dip and Pixie Sticks.
Mm-hmm.
The shit.
Yeah. Everything on a discount the next day after Valentine's Day. Made out like a bandit with the cheap Kit Kat bars. It's when to buy candy. After the holiday.
Yeah, because then they're like on all on sale, right? Liquidating all the candy. like Easter candy.
Easter candy. This thing is cotton candy. This is vanilla snow.
Dude.
This stuff is awesome. It's like $1 at Walmart. Was. I don't know if this year will be the same. Probably.
Oh yeah, I get them things in cotton, tubs of cotton candy.
That man doesn't like candy. Apparently.
I didn't realize my camera came on and exposed me. So I had to give the audience the finger for making me accidentally do that.
I'm gonna need to go to the Mexican store. They got some good candy. Ah, Sean Connery knows the candy I'm talking about.
What the chocolate dip ghost chili peppers?
No, Sean Connery knows about the Japanese rice candy. Old Town. Cool. Bought a whole box of that stuff. That was expensive.
I'm gonna build a house out of rice paper so I can kick people through my walls.
It is possible.
That way you don't have to worry about over penetration because you already know.
Chocolate dip ghost chili pepper sounds like a band. Instead of the red hot chili peppers.
Yeah, that's the candy, Sean Connery. Exactly.
From now on.
Sorry I missed when you posted it originally. In fact, I have one of the stickers right here.
Okay.
Like maybe $1 or 75 cents a box, I think. Yeah, I bought that at the Korean store.
It's really 8:23.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's 7:23.
I'll just go off Texas time from now on because it's earlier. I get more time. It's awfully quiet around here. Oh shit. Botan. Botan rice candy. Button. Botan. Button. Look at that fat, chubby little baby on there. It's like, look, I ate too much of this. Sweet. Put that on your lower back. Tramp stamp. They gave you a tramp stamp in there. Why is that elephant's leg spread like that?
What are you looking at?
His tattoos. His tattoos that came with his candy. What is that? Hold that one up again. Okay. Got like what is that? Incubus? A succubus? Something a bus? Something bus? It's the best one. Looks like a kid should. Oh, you got that many of them? Holy shit. Dude, you could do a YouTube video every time you buy one of them and be like, what will I get next? I swear to God, you'll get fucking views and viewers. Crazy kid.
Moon is not wrong.
Free tattoo. Loving viewers. Yo, some of them people that just scratched lottery tickets get fucking like thousands of views every time they scratch a lottery ticket. People want to watch them lose or see if they win. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I remember the good times with the Cracker Jack boxes when they had good prices inside. Now it's crap.
Real things.
Yeah, real things.
Shit. They give you
Now
like
they
a
give
piece
you
of paper,
little
you can
pieces of
fold it into
paper.
something. Yeah, some origami bullshit.
Yep. Because kids can choke on stuff. They can also choke on the actual food.
Yeah, peanuts. There's peanuts in
Cracker
there.
Jacks is deadly.
I'll stick with the Crunchy Munch. The prize you get with the Crunchy Munch is the fantastic flavor.
Gotta try that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Panda, panda, panda.
And also Bazooka Joe. Remember those?
The hard gum.
You could send out for stuff. I bought a pair of binoculars, cheap ones, but that was cool. Where you save the cartoons and you send out for stuff.
Yeah, I think I got like spy glasses where you can see behind you.
Ooh,
They had like the mirrors on the edges.
cool.
I never fell for that X-ray vision shit. The X-ray
No.
glasses.
That was lame.
Make you see like double, triple, or just blurry.
X-ray glasses.
I know, like every little kid would get them and the fucking hand buzzer, the ring buzzer thing. Oh, I want to shake hands. You don't even get buzzed. You just get like
No.
vibrated.
And some of those hand buzzers are made of plastic now.
Oh yeah, they suck.
They suck. You shake someone's hand and it might break.
Yeah, I think my kids had them and they broke like within days. Those metal ones at least lasted a year or something before like they vibrated themselves apart.
Kids don't even get gum when they buy baseball cards anymore.
Kids are buying baseball cards now.
If they buy them at all, right? Because they're probably very expensive.
I mean, isn't it all about the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the Magic the Gathering cards and the Pokemon cards?
They don't get
gum?
candy either, right? No stick of gum there.
No, they'd probably get like a sticker in there or something.
They get a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
I don't know what that is.
Pokemon.
You gotta catch them all and beat them to death in the club. You can make a Pokemon jacket.
Triple meat, chop house, cheddar burger. Whataburger. We had a Whataburger, but it closed.
Whataburger is pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't try them. My friend told me that it was very salty.
It's basically the Texas version of In-N-Out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been to an In-N-Out. That was good. Mostly it was the fries that I liked. Now,
Wow,
burger,
they have no flavor. The fries literally are like negative flavor.
but they were fresh.
They have no flavor.
But you put salt on them.
Salt on them.
Like negative, dude. It's negative fries. Like you eat them, and I swear it like takes the flavor out of your mouth.
But what are they frying?
Salt on
Vegetable oil now. That's why fries suck. They used to fry them in like a beef
Lard.
lard, yeah.
Checkers used to. I don't know if you have a Checkers, but they used lard. Now they don't because they had to stop.
Right. Stupid.
They want people to live forever, apparently.
No, all fries taste like garbage. No, it's just the insurance companies don't want to pay for your heart attack anymore.
But how they can't attribute your heart attack to fries. You
Well,
know,
they can think they can and pay off a legislator to do it. It doesn't
because
have to be true, or it doesn't have, and it has nothing to do with freedom.
Hmm.
They don't care. They're all about the money, saving the money. That's why they want to. They want to save the $300 million they're losing a year on gun violence, supposedly. So that's why they lobby to ban guns too.
I gotta go to a Whataburger. There's one near my sister's house. I don't know if I'm gonna eat that, Sean Connery.
I gotta go pick up my girl. Maybe I'll get back in time for match chat. See you guys.
Tony, you went to a Greek place? Were you in Tarpon Springs? Man, I want a burger. Never enough burger. It's raining. I'm not going out. Humus. I'm not eating anything called humus. Soylent Green. Humus. Brought to you by Bolton Rice Candy. Last time I went there, I only bought like 3 packs of those things. I was done. gonna set it up. Just gotta figure out how to connect it to the big TV. Human. Important papers. Oh. Hmm. I missed my bus. Important papers. State of Florida. Hmm. It's a lot of paper. Hmm.